Good morning, ladies. Thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to assist us with reviewing our electricity sustainability policy. I know you've all got busy schedules, so I'll try not to take up too much of your time with this, and we'll just try and keep it brief. The reason we are reviewing and implementing such a policy is due to the increase in power consumption within the organisation, and thus, with that fact, it increases our power charges along with it. So these factors and an increase in electricity costs in Australia, they've gone up about 14% in the last 12 months, which adds to the overall running cost of the business. Even me myself, my last electricity bill was quite high, so it all adds up. So it's also important to us to consider the impact of electricity usage on the environment as well, and what level of effect damages the actual environment. Thus, as an organisation, we have seen the need for a sustainability policy to reduce electricity usage across the organisation. So, today, we are meeting together to examine, gather your thoughts on the policy with the hopes that you might have some insights into the policy itself, along with any thoughts you may have with implementing the policy itself. And we appreciate that, Sharon, you have a level of expertise in the WHS area and some experience in similar policies. And Kate, you as our primary supplier for our energy equipment and those needs, that you may have some helpful tips into implementation and other thoughts there as well. Now, I know I've sent you both the policy to review beforehand. Have you had any time to review it? Do you have any suggestions that might be of use to us?
Well, at first glance, looking at the energy rating marked in subsection 5.5, why couldn't we have pushed up to a 4.5 or 5-star rating to make sure we're operating at peak efficiency?
That's a good point, Sharon, and I wholeheartedly agree. I had the same thought when considering the level of energy efficiency. There are several reasons why it's set at a 4-star rating or higher. Firstly, not all appliances and equipment that are manufactured can reach a 5-star rating due to the high energy requirements to run such a device. For instance, some of our heavy duty air conditioners run at about a 4-star rating just due to the fact that they have a large spatial area to work with. Thus, it has to operate at a higher energy intake, lowering the energy efficiency. It doesn't help us when we have these 40-degree days that really makes everyone press that down button on the air conditioner as well. And the second reason we chose a level 4 rating or higher is because it also matches the current New South Wales government initiatives in power sustainability. We aim to exceed that rating, but we also have to be realistic as well and match the standards governed by law.
Well, that makes perfect sense. I can understand the need to match realistic expectations. I thought there was another thought about the policy review in section 7. Do you think there's room there to have a work health and safety team included in those reviews? I can only imagine that work health and safety would benefit working in line with this policy and making sure its implementation goes smoothly.
Well, that's a valid point. I can add that into our continuous improvement schedule, and I'm sure the facility team would be happy to have you on board with the process.
That would be appreciated, thank you.
Do you have any thoughts on the policy, Kate?
Yeah, this policy is very similar to our own. I can't see much that I would change. I do appreciate the inclusion of energy efficient devices like light globes, timers, and adapters. Not just because I'm the supplier, but just because of the amount of energy saved. It's a no brainer.
Well, I'm in total agreement with you. It's something that we've overlooked for too long. Thank you for so much for looking it over and giving your insights. Well, that does move us into the next part of our agenda, implementation. Do you see anything that you would add, change, modify in any of our implementation process?
Well, going from experience, I know that installing some of the energy saving devices you've listed, like timers and adapters, you'll need a contractor that knows what they're doing. I'd probably outline a bit more of your implementation plan just so that your facilities team can outsource the work properly.
Well, that's very helpful. It wasn't particularly clear to me if the installation of such devices would be completed by our in-house facilities personnel, or if we had to hire outside electricians as well. So that does help answer that question for me. Thank you. I'll make note of that right now.
You're welcome. I could also send you some more information on good energy monitoring systems and apps that we use with some of our clients. This should also help you with the review process throughout the implementation plan. It'll give you accurate data and energy usage and show you where you're consuming larger amounts of electricity throughout the day. It will also probably help you see where you can install your energy saving devices and timers in each particular section of the power grid.
Well, that's very helpful. Thank you, Kate. Please do send that information to me by email and I can add it to our implementation plan. I'm certain our facility teams will be greatly appreciative of that. Sharon, do you have any thoughts?
The only thing I've taken notice of is the training of staff in this policy and procedure. I think it'd be wise to incorporate the whole work health and safety team into the training, as some of the safety factors may apply when dealing with electricity. Apart from that, I'd probably just push the completion date for the training back a bit, so there's adequate time for all departments to finish it.
Thanks, Sharon. I'll add those points into the plan. I do know that some of those departments do like to lag a bit with their mandatory training, so you're right, they probably won't put a high priority on getting this done. I might push it back a month, and with that being said, do you have any more suggestions, either of you? No? Well, thank you so much, ladies. Again, thank you for your time and taking it out of your day to help us review this policy and implementation. I'll make sure your thoughts are well documented and your suggestions are added to the process. I hope you have a great day.